We begin with the latest developments on the FTX digital markets implosion. International reports indicating that the provisional liquidator approved by the Supreme Court reveals some findings in the U.S. bankruptcy court, and that former CEO Sam Bankman-Fried is doing damage control as it relates to repaying depositors. Altabese Munnings has the latest.
According to CoinDesk.com, Supreme Court provisional liquidator Brian Sims said in a court filing that FTX Digital Markets was not authorized to file bankruptcy in the United States, adding that he rejected the validity of any purported attempt to place FTX affiliates in bankruptcy. The article adding that Sims' declaration came after he and other liquidators filed for Chapter 15 bankruptcy protection on behalf of the Bahamas' arm of FTX Digital Markets in the Southern District of New York this week. It further notes that though Sims didn't ask the court to dismiss the U.S. bankruptcy proceedings, he requested the court recognize the validity of the Bahamian legal actions, which he said could impact U.S. proceedings for the other FTX-controlled entities. That impact, Sims essentially argued in his declaration, boils down to FTX Digital Markets being the parent company of the entire FTX empire, and all of that empire's assets ultimately belong to FTX Digital Markets. Sims has asked the court for provisional relief, including the recognition of Bahamian bankruptcy and liquidation proceedings and orders entrusting FTX's assets located in the U.S. to Bahamian liquidators, authorizing, quote, urgent discovery measures, end quote, and preventing any of FTX's assets to be transferred, encumbered, or otherwise disposed of. According to the article, a hearing to determine the next step is scheduled for December 13th. CoinDesk.com is also reporting that according to bankruptcy documents filed in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the District of Delaware, Alameda Research, the venture capital and trading firm affiliate of FTX, made $4.1 billion in loans to related parties, including $1 billion to former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried. And speaking of FTX's former CEO, he spoke with a reporter from news agency Vox. The former crypto giant leader talked about how FTX and his hedge fund, Alameda Research, had gambled with customer money without, he claims, realizing that's what they were doing. He also spoke about regulators and what he regrets. And according to the article, the decision to declare Chapter 11 bankruptcy and what he would have done differently. The interview reportedly took place on Twitter after midnight here in the Bahamas, where Bankman-Fried still resides. He informed the reporter he was still trying to raise the funding needed to pay back all of his depositors. Addressing FTX's collapse in the House of Assembly on Wednesday, Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Philip Davis, made it clear the Bahamas didn't have sole oversight of FTX's worldwide operation. He, however, assured that the Bahamas will emerge from the FTX digital markets probe with an enhanced reputation as a solid digital assets jurisdiction. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altabese Munnings.